5 things that are genuinely, legitimately worse in this Subaru Outback 2023 if I compare it as a private owner to my recently owned GWM Haval H6. My friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dmitry. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. This video is being recorded on a very lovely rainy day in Sydney because I love all sorts of weather, especially if it cools down like this rather than scorches us with extreme heat. So I've had this car now for a little bit of time, not that long of course, but I drive it all the time. I love it overall. There is a lot more to love it than there is to dislike about it. There is nothing I hate about this car, but there are some things that are absolutely legitimately worse than Great Wall Motor, Haval specifically, has implemented, in my humble opinion, much better. So this video is my little Christmas gift to everyone who are my Chinese car owners, and perhaps you want a little bit of an encouragement from your friend Dmitry, who sort of jumped over the fence to Japanese cars. But as I said on many occasions, in many comments, in many videos, it's not like I suddenly lost appreciation for a competitor brand on the market, such as Great Wall Motor, that I still believe is, at the end of 2023, the best Chinese manufacturer on the Australian market. They produce solid cars, and I'm not saying no to buying one in the future, in case you're wondering. Now, let's jump straight into this. Point number 1, my friends. Subaru Outback 2023 model, for some reason, does not fold its mirrors, its side view mirrors, when you are parking and locking the car. Do not ask me why doesn't it do it, and maybe I'll stand corrected. I hope I will stand corrected. Please talk to me in the comments down below if there is some stupid setting that I didn't find. But the stupid mirrors don't fold. They don't fold when we lock the car. It is end of 2023. We're almost in 2024. I'm not gonna rant for too long, I promise, but I'm really frustrated about it. How can Subaru not give us for $50,000 solid, wonderful car with not folding mirrors when you lock the car? What the magical hell? My wife's MG ZST 2021 model has it, and this Subaru 2023 model doesn't have it. The mirrors don't fold. How can Subaru not do the folding mirrors? I just I just don't know. I just don't know. Okay. Point number 2 is completely atrocious quality cameras. It has a front view camera, it has a rear view camera. It does not have a 360-degree camera, even though the side camera comes on when I'm parking and indicating, and it's the view angle is pretty decent. Technology is probably rock solid from 1950s when it was invented by Subaru, and I am mocking it tiny bit because, you know, it's good old style, solid Japanese, and it will probably last me forever. But I cannot be lying to you about not pointing out just how much worse these cameras are than they are in Haval, and than they were in my MG HS, for example. Not in MG ZST. In MG ZST 2021 model, I spoke about it in some ancient video as well, the camera quality is also rather atrocious, and the camera quality in LDV D90 was also horrible. So I'm only specifically talking about Haval, GWM Haval, and for example Tank 300 had exactly the same camera as my Haval. They have beautiful cameras, amazing quality. The projection is occupying the full space of infotainment screen, which is exactly what you want. You don't want to look at with a magnifying glass at what it's showing you. And this thing, this wonderful, once again, beautiful car that I'm loving, right? It has both bad quality, it also fogs up, and it also does not occupy the full real estate of this large infotainment screen right in the middle. Like, everything is wrong about it. The quality, the user experience, how they position the video frame, and everything else. Subaru could have done much better on this, and it is a disgrace. So it's much worse than it is in Haval. I miss it. I'm telling you, my Haval owners, rejoice, be happy that you have a vehicle that, yeah, is packed with a little bit of bling that I criticize as well, but fair is fair. This is a proof that I'm being fair. Where Japanese for some reason fell off the bus and Chinese took over completely, this is a great example of it. It is just quality of cameras in Subaru Outback, at least 2023 model, are is not maybe atrocious like it was in MG ZST and LDVD90, but it's pretty bad, especially if you compare it to something good. If you think it's good, try Haval H6, then talk. Don't talk before. If you're comparing it to some other European car and you think it's acceptable pass mark, try it first and then talk to me, okay? So that was the point number 2. That's hands down much worse. Point number 3 is the fuel efficiency. I'm not going to call it economy because this car is not economical at all. I cannot call it fuel economy. There is no economy about this. It's of course not one of those optimized 2.4 liter turbo petrol engines. This is apparently the previous generation of the engine, naturally aspirated 2.5 petrol engine, which again is rock solid, has been issued by Subaru and used for many years. So again, from longevity and technological solidity perspective, it probably will last a very long time. However, in terms of its thirstiness, it's damn thirsty, my friends. I do not do much of highway driving. So on highway, of course, it would have leveled out over the kilometers traveled. So of course, you would have seen better numbers. But as I drive 99% in the city so far ever since I got this car, and as I drove through much hotter days than it is today, and my aircon is pretty much always on, so you have to add that to the equation a little bit, you can see it's somewhere between 11 and 12 liters per 100 kilometers. I think for a, yes, it's a largish car, it's a wagon, it's not a tiny car, but in the city traffic, it's on a thirsty side. It reminds me, I can't believe I'm gonna say it, but it reminds me of my Wrangler that I used to have. It was more thirsty than this, but feels like not much more, to be honest. I think my Jeep was doing something like, I don't know, 13, 14 maybe liters per 100 kilometers, and this is doing close to 12. I think that that's on a very thirsty side. It's not economical. Do not buy Subaru Outback if you are after economy. I do not have right now accurate numbers for my Haval H6 right here for you, but it was not crossing over into the territory of 10 liters and higher. No chance. It was somewhere between 8 and 9 maybe. For you, my owners of Havals, now is your chance to actually give me more accurate numbers. It definitely was lower than this. Definitely lower than this. So that's the point number 3. Point number 4 that I'd like to make is the specific access to the USB ports. They are tucked in here in this compartment that also is highly inconvenient. At first I thought, oh, that's cool, but now I'm thinking it's just inconvenient because you can't properly put anything but your keys in there. You can't put a wallet in there properly. You can't stick a phone in there as a driver. You do need a phone holder here in this car, 100%. 100%. If in Haval there were so many nooks and crannies where you could put your phone as a driver, I'm highlighting this for a second before we go to the next point. As a driver, you have no choice but to kind of use this nook. It's inconvenient, and if you have something such as a, like a piece of electronics, such as a wireless Carplay adapter or some other piece of electronics that you want to connect, and I'm not impressed by it. I don't think that these tucked-in USB ports are a smart decision. In Haval, it was much easier. It's much easier in MG. It was much easier even in LDV. Okay, even in LDV. And closely related but separate point, and I have to say it is about general storage around here. And we'll start with this atrociously tiny glove box of Subaru Outback 2023. I have never seen a touring and kind of camping and outdoor kind of designed vehicle that would have such a horrible consideration of the storage space that a passenger would need or even a driver would need. All that fits here is this completely oversized user manual. That is, by the way, this whole stack that I'm showing to you right now, it's a standard thing. It's not my bag. It's not some kind of book of mine that I stuck in there. That's Subaru's. So their own thing occupies the whole lockbox. All I have there is just a tiny bit of space for like a measuring tape and a hand sanitizer. That's all I have there. But this glove box is atrociously tiny. And when I put in that stupid book there and the logbook and everything else, by the way, this whole glove box, by the way, I kinda need to work hard to even close it. you even struggle to close it, okay? There is a little, why I was talking previously in the previous point about the driver side storage for the phone. You need a phone holder. On the passenger side, one could argue that they have this slit here on the side that allows you to slide your phone into that little slit. Okay, that's clever, but that's hardly a massive amount of generosity here, Subaru, in terms of storage space. In Haval, there is storage space everywhere. The central storage box is massive in Haval. There is a drive-by-wire kind of this central shelf and central thing there in Haval that has a shelf underneath that I never even used because of the abundance of the other storage space. Here, genuinely, other than these bottle holders, which are pretty good, pretty well designed, big bottle or cup holders, right? Other than that, I cannot compliment Subaru on anything storage related wise. And no, we're not talking about general interior space and obviously a lot of space at the back, which is exactly a good thing. We're only talking about things that are genuinely worse than in Haval H6 as one example of the cars I owned very recently. That's it, my friends. I hope this was entertaining and insightful. In case some of you are still stuck with some stupid loop of thought where you think that I am now only praising Japanese and only bashing Chinese, like, please get this out of your mind. This is not what's happening. Yeah, if you were deluded somehow, this is your chance to self-correct a little bit. So this channel will continue being always about fair is fair. Where Chinese vehicles are winning, I will show you the winning. When Japanese vehicles, I discover something more about them and they're winning, such as the quality of the ride. Oh my God, don't get me started. It's so much better ride here in this Subaru and other things that I love about it. I'm real with you. I kind of very much dislike these 5 things that I mentioned to you today, but I love a lot of things about this car. So this is how we're going to go into 2024, my friends. So now is your chance to subscribe if you haven't already. Maybe you spotted this video randomly. You're most welcome here. It's a casual kind of club, private club, not a public tribune and not an official channel of some sort. I'm a private owner. I will always call spade a spade. And if you like my manner, well, now is your chance to join the club. Anyone is welcome. And like the video so that more people like it. YouTube algorithm is a simple thing. The more people like a video, the more people it shows it to. So please do your little part and contribute to the community. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year. I'll talk to you next time.